This is my presentation over Cajun culture and how it can influence communication styles. So where did the Cajuns exactly come from? So the original Cajuns originated from modern-day Nova Scotia, but today can be found all around the southern part of Louisiana to even Texas and Mississippi states. The Cajuns, otherwise known as Acadians, formed their own colonies to be able to practice their religion and teach their children their language. You can compare their language to almost such as a gumbo pot. It's a mix of French and English to create a dialect called Cajun English. The Cajun language is still even being taught today in elementary schools to even colleges. Cajun English is still used in small towns across the boot-shaped state most of the time. People can't even tell if they're speaking American English or Cajun English. Along with the language, they even have their own style of music called zydeco and their own style of dancing paired with it. Cajuns may seem like a wild bunch that spend their time playing poker with gators or getting down at the local fast studio. According to our textbook, culture is defined as an established, coherent set of beliefs, attitudes, values, and practices shared by a large group of people. As you grow, you learn your culture from your peers, such as family members, religious peers, and the media. Every culture has their own way of communicating, and each culture has difference from how they communicate. One of the characteristics of culture is that it is learned. People from the Cajun culture tend to stay around family and depend on family during good and bad. They are described as collective culture. They rather spend time as a group than to be alone. Due to this, they learn many aspects of their culture and why they are the way they are. Growing up, they watch their parents and elders learning what they do. They get to transmit their culture to the young ones, and they also tend to be less of the materialistic type, which means they value what they have and value things that are good quality and last for a longer time. Cajuns have a monochromatic time orientation. They value the time with family and make time to enjoy moments together. A common misconception is Cajun and Creoles. The term Creole was used to describe the people and culture of a region. Cajuns are a subset of Louisiana Creoles. The term Creole describes a black or mixed race person and are typically from New Orleans, while Cajuns are from the rural southern parts of the state. Many dishes are labeled as Cajun, and they are a home-cooked comfort meal, which are full of spice and flavor, while a Creole dish has influence from Spain, Germany, Africa, West Indies, and Italy with combined native ingredients. In 1971, the state of Louisiana recognized the Acadiana as a distinct cultural region. This region consists of 22 parishes, which are mainly located in the southernmost part of Louisiana. Shortly after being recognized, in the year of 1974, the state legislature adopted a flag for the region, which is pictured here. This flag is known as the Flag of Louisiana Acadians, a symbol for their culture. According to Acadian.org, the flag displayed a golden star in a white field, which Arsenault explained represented the Acadian exiles in the American Revolution under Spanish Governor Bernardo de Galvez, as well as the Acadians' Roman Catholic heritage. A silver fleur-de-lis on the blue field stood for the Acadians' French ancestry, while a golden castle on the red field symbolized Spain's colonial rule of Louisiana, during which the Acadians arrived in their new homeland. Cajuns are hardworking and like to work for their belongings and for their own food, fishing, hunting, trapping. This trait dates back to their ancestors from Nova Scotia and even farther to the working class in France. The Cajuns depend on the land, hunting in the bayous and farming crops. The food is full of spice and soul. Anthony Bourdain, famous chef and world traveler, once said there are parts of America that are special, unique, unlike anywhere else. Cultures all their own, get close, much loved but largely misunderstood. The vast patchwork of saltwater marshes, bayous, and prairie lands that make up Cajun country is one of those places. A popular gathering meal is gumbo, which is like a stew and full of seafood, meats, and vegetables served over rice. This is popularly served during the fall and winter months, while in the spring a famous gathering meal is crawfish and are in season during this time, which are both pictured as well. The culture and language were at risk after the Second World War. It took place with more transportation reaching further and further, building connections across America. A new Louisiana Constitution banned French in schools and aimed to push Cajun children to enroll in standardized schools. Many ancestors were punished for not obeying these rules, and the Cajuns did not agree with this, as you can see in today's world. Americanization did not banish Cajun culture. The result from this is that the Cajuns growing up were not fully taught the language. The parents did not have the opportunity to fully learn French, so they were limited on what they were able to teach their children. Speaking two languages was a sign of poverty during this time, tracing back 2 generations ago. Whenever a Cajun meets a new person, especially if they're not a native, they will tend to speak English. Cajun from a rural community will typically have a thicker accent compared to someone from a more larger area. Louisiana is home to many festivals, from watermelons to pecans, even a beignet festival. Chances are you'll find a Cajun at any type of event or festival you attend. The culture is still thriving in South Louisiana Cajun heartland. Festival International de Louisiana is a great festival to attend and be able to experience the Cajun culture firsthand. Besides from the festivals, Mardi Gras is popularly celebrated across the state with balls to mile-long parades. You're sure to have a good time at any event you decide to show up to. The rural towns celebrate Cour de Mardi Gras, otherwise known as the Cajun Mardi Gras. A popular activity in that range of Mardi Gras involves wearing a costume full of fabric and color that hides away your face. While wearing the fabulous attire, you venture house to house to collect ingredients to craft a gumbo. After collecting the needed ingredients and getting drunk while doing so, your last remaining task is to catch your protein. A runaway chicken is calling your name. Once you catch your feathered friend, you will now use him or her or they in your gumbo. As you can see, Cajuns are maybe more than a little different than your mainstream American. Cajuns have a colorful background along with a food palette to match. Next time you find yourself visiting your alligator friend down on the bayous, catching beads at a Mardi Gras parade, or chowing down on a warm, savory gumbo during the winter months, the southern region of the state is full of history and stories to be told. Museums and even major schools such as Louisiana State University, University of Lafayette, and even our own school, Northwestern State University, gives us a peek into the old days.